All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are all enjoying your Saturday. I'm going to wait for a few minutes for people to hop on here, but maybe you're watching football right in between the game. Hopefully, I can get a few more viewers in that sense. But yeah, it's been a pretty nice day out there today. However, things are going to change as we head into later on tomorrow. If you have any plans for the day tomorrow, you are looking good. Tomorrow morning, no issues. Tomorrow afternoon, maybe you're going to do some Sunday grocery shopping. You're probably going to be okay. And then it's not until later on in the afternoon and evening. That's when we are going to start to see really shouldn't say the afternoon. It's more the evening and nighttime that we are going to start to see some snow move in. Mark, thank you for tuning in. Waterville, you're probably going to be I have you guys in the upper end of around 4 to 8 inches. So I'm going to show you guys the map in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about a storm system well down 2 hours south right now. You can see all across the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, we are looking good. It's really down towards parts of the Southeast. That's where we are looking at the rain right now. We also have another storm system you can see over towards areas like Kansas, Nebraska. You can see there's two storm systems associated with this. Now, these are essentially going to phase together. And what's going to happen is, like I said, we're dry tomorrow, but this is going to turn into a pretty potent storm system as we head into later on Sunday night and into the day on Monday. So let's get into it a little bit closer to home. We aren't really looking at too much in the way of precip as we zoom in a little bit closer across all of the state. We aren't looking at any problems, no issues for tonight. It is going to be on the cold side, though, and I will get into more of the comments in just a little bit. It's going to be on the cold side for tonight. Temperatures are going to run in the teens for most areas, lower to middle teens in a good part of the state. So definitely bundle up if you are heading out later on tonight or early tomorrow as well. Now let's get a look at the temperatures right now. This is as of right around 7:45. We have temperatures running in the teens and lower 20s already. It's already 21 degrees in Portland. It is 16 degrees Wiscasset, 16 degrees down towards Stanford, 25 over towards Portsmouth. And the low temperatures for tonight, we are going to drop into maybe some single digits up towards areas like Waterville, over towards Lewiston. Temperature may drop into the single digits there. 7 degrees for tonight over towards Freiburg, 14 degrees Brunswick, and then down towards York. Temperatures will only drop back to around 21 degrees. So you can see it is going to be on the cold side for tonight. Now here's the planner for the day tomorrow. We are going to see partly cloudy skies to start the day, and then you will notice clouds continue to increase throughout the afternoon and evening. Temperatures, though, really aren't going to be too bad. A few degrees above the average, still on the cool side, but the average high is around freezing. That's 32 degrees, and we will top out in the mid-30s for most. You will notice, though, too, that we have lots of clouds as we head into later on in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures in the mid-30s. Now let's talk about high temperatures tomorrow. Upper 30s Sanford, 39 degrees York, 37 degrees Brunswick. Up towards Rumford, temperatures will be a little bit cooler at 30 degrees. Over towards Berlin, New Hampshire, temperature right around 33, 36 degrees in Freiburg. This is what everybody wants to know. Of course, we have a storm system for later on Sunday into the day Monday. A storm system which right now is down 2 hours south over towards the southeast. And this will continue to get its act together over the next 24 or so hours. And you can also see some snow up towards areas like the Great Lakes, Cincinnati, St. Louis. This is all one big system that eventually is going to phase together and move 2 hours south as we head into later on Monday. So here we go. This is 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. At this point, we're likely looking at most snow for most areas. I think right along the coast, though, we could be looking at maybe a little bit of a wintry mix. So we'll continue to monitor that, of course. But the latest trends, I do want to say the latest trends have been to have this system a little bit further south. And that's very important because that brings in a little bit cooler air across the state. And also cooler air, what that means is we are going to see a little bit of snow, a little more snow, I should say, compared to more rain and or wintry mix. At this time 2 days ago, we were thinking this was going to be a lot of rain in southern Maine, but now it looks like we could be looking at a little bit more in the way of snow. That tracks 2 hours south. Notice even 11 o'clock in the morning, we are still looking at snow for most, and then a little bit of mix possible inland, but also watch what happens for the afternoon. Everybody flips over to snow likely on the backside of this system as we are going to see colder air work into the state during the day on Monday. Let's get a little closer look to home. You can see that we are dry for tonight. This is 8, 9 o'clock, no problems, just a few clouds out there, and then temperatures will drop back to the lower and middle teens. And as we head into tomorrow, you will notice the clouds thicken up throughout the morning. And you probably notice by the afternoon, it's just going to have that feel that we are going to see snow. And yeah, we are going to see a storm system move on in. This is 4:30 in the afternoon. We're good. And then by 10, I really shouldn't say 10. I really should say more 6, 7 o'clock. Be prepared as areas like down towards Portsmouth could start to see a little bit of a wintry mix. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, I think this is really getting going across much of the state. But also notice the greens and the pinks down towards the coast. I think areas like Portland, over towards Portsmouth, up towards Rockland, you could be looking at a bit of a wintry mix to start, especially into Monday morning. But also notice areas to the north, just to the north of Portland, this is generally a snow event. So that is something, of course, that we have to continue to monitor. And then also, too, with a southerly track, maybe a bit further south than we anticipated even yesterday at this time, it also means that the precip might not be as heavy, but it might be more in the way of snow compared to a wintry mix. And then everything transitions over to snow as we head into Monday afternoon before clearing out by the time we get to Monday night. Tuesday, we will dry out. So that's some good news. So here is the latest snowfall map for the day on Monday, really Sunday night into the day Monday. We had a coating to 2 inches down towards the coast. I've upped that to around 1 to 3. That's really the only changes I've made, and also did bring the 2 to 5 inch line a little bit further south from the last update last night because, yeah, like I said, some of this colder air is going to continue to work into the region. So that is going to be a big player, and maybe more areas looking at snow compared to rain, especially just to the north of the coastline. Lewiston, Augusta, this is a snow event for you. Bangor as well. And that's where we could be looking at some of the higher totals with this event, upwards of 6, 7, 8, even higher amounts possible in the Bangor area. But I have to continue to watch this area in the 4 to 8 inch range. We have to watch to see if that 4 to 8 inch has to be brought down a little bit further. Does the 1 to 3 inch line disappear? I'm going to wait till the later computer models are updated for in the next hour or two, and I'll have the latest update at 10 and 11 for you. We'll see what happens there. But like I said, the latest trend has been for this to be a little further south, which, as I mentioned, means more snow compared to a mix, but also lighter precip. So that is something to continue to monitor over the next couple hours. And as I mentioned, I'll have the latest update tonight. Now let's get a look at the forecast for the next 7 or so days. We'll see increasing clouds for the day tomorrow, a weather-worn day up for the day on Monday, as we are going to likely see snow inland. And this is generally a snow event inland. Anywhere 5-10 miles north of the coast, this is pretty much a snow event. Down towards the coast, within 5 to 10 miles, you could be talking a little bit of a wintry mix to start through the morning hours on Monday before transitioning over to snow, and it should transition to snow for pretty much the entire state. Tuesday, partly sunny skies, so we will clear out for the day on Tuesday. Wednesday, we are looking good. Snow showers develop late in the day, really in the evening and at nighttime for the day Wednesday, and yes, we are tracking another storm system later on Wednesday into the day Thursday. I'll be honest with you, I've peaked at that storm. I'm really focused on this one tomorrow into Monday because it's just really too far out to get into any details with that. But right now, my best guess is that we could be looking at maybe a little bit of a wintry mix for southern areas, snow inland. So we'll continue to watch that as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. But it looks like we dry out Friday. Temperatures cool off into the lower 30s, and then partly cloudy skies for the day on Saturday. So that's pretty much it over the next 7 or so days. We do have an active pattern ahead. Now, you guys are going to have to bear with me here. I am new. So I'm going to have to go on my Google Maps, and I'm going to have to search up some of your guys' towns because, yeah, well, I don't really know exactly where a lot of these towns are. A guy from Connecticut here. I did work in Bangor for a while, but I want to get to some of your guys' comments here, and I will give you an idea, but you're just going to have to give me a little bit of time here. All right, so Livermore Falls. Let me pull up Livermore Falls. You can see David is wondering how much snow we're going to get there. And Livermore Falls, it looks like you're generally in the 4 to 8 inch range. That's where I'm kind of highlighting the Livermore Falls area. let's get to areas like Bangor. I do know where Bangor is. It looks like generally the Bangor area, you could be looking at 6 to 10, maybe even a little bit more in the Bangor area. It will be all snow for Bangor if you are up towards that area. Let's get a look at some of these other comments. All right, let me get to the next one. Sydney. Like I said, I'm new here. You guys got to bear with me a little bit. All right, so Barbie's wondering how much snow in Sydney. Sydney, you're just north of Augusta, 4 to 8 inches likely for your area. Again, though, you have to stay updated with me for tonight and then especially for tomorrow, as it really just depends how far south does this storm track. If this storm tracks a little bit further to the south, then you're talking maybe a little bit less up towards Sydney. But I do want to say this is going to be a snow event for the Sydney area. All right, let's see. Where else do we have? All right, here's the next one. Hold on. All right, Standish. All right, Standish, Maine. Here we go. Lisa is wondering about Standish. I think you're in the 2 to 5 inch range. I think you're just not far enough inland to really see a pure snowstorm. I think you could be getting a little bit of a wintry mix. Gray as well. It looks like Sydney's kind of wondering what Gray's going to see. You're likely in the 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 inch range in the Gray area. So we'll see exactly how that plays out. But if like I said, if this storm tracks a little bit further south, it could be mainly snow for you. So maybe you're a little bit higher. But right now, we're going about 1 to 3, 2 to 4 ish for the Gray area. And then let's get into at least 1 or 2 more. Gorham. I'm sorry, you guys. Like I said, bear with me. I'm trying to learn towns. Gorham, I'd say you are close to the. Here's Joel. He's wondering about Gorham. I would say you're close to around the 2 to 5 inch range, maybe 3 to 5 area. So you guys could see a decent storm, but not really anything that's going to blow your socks off. And then Steep Falls. All right. Steep Falls, really not too far from the Gorham area. You're pretty much in the same boat, 2 to 5 inch, maybe 3 to 5 inch range. So yeah, it's not the biggest event that we've ever seen, of course, but I think actually most areas this past storm about 2 days ago, most areas looks like they will actually see a little bit more with that storm compared to this one. But for even the farther north you get, we are going to start to drop off rapidly as you head up towards the Western Mountains. As I mentioned, this storm system looks to pass just a little bit too far south for the northern areas to really get hit. But it also will be, hey, anything added to the ski resorts, of course, that is some good news as well. But just prepare for a little bit of a wintry mix down towards the coast, transitioning to snow for the day Monday. And generally inland, this is a snow event. All right, I'm going to head out. I'm going to continue to monitor what's going on with these latest computer models over the next hour or two. I'll have the latest update for you at 10 and 11. I hope you guys can join me. I think the 11 o'clock show we're on after the game. So, hey, if you want to watch some football, then tune in. I'll have the latest update then. And then again, tomorrow night, I think that's an even more important one because, of course, we'll be pretty much tracking this storm as it is moving into the region. And I'll have the latest update for you on air and online. All right, everybody. Hope you guys all enjoy your Saturday night.